إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهد الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمد عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. إخوة الإيمان السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
My brothers in Islam, we give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us another opportunity today to gather here in another day of Yom Jumu'ah, which is the best day of the week, which is the 14th day of the month of Rajab, year 1445 after the hijrah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is equivalent to the 26th day of the month of January, year 2023. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has preserved our soul from last week Friday till today, may He continue to be with us and shower His mercy upon the noble soul of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and we that we are on His path. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to be merciful on us and continue to establish our feet firmly on the path of Nabiyyina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. My brothers in Islam, in continuation with the discussion of the persecution of our Muslim brothers in Palestine, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been giving us the opportunity to be hearing and to be seeing what is happening to our Muslim brothers and other human beings in that particular Palestine. And those that we are expecting that ought to have supported our Muslim brothers from the Muslim lands, they are not supporting. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has all the support, who supported Nabiyyina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who supported his companion, and who supported the Khulafa ur-Rashidun, has promised that those that are steadfast, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will continue to be supporting them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in the Holy Quran, Ba'da a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, wala tahinu wala tahzanu wa antum a'launa in kuntum mu'minin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the believers of yesterday that wala tahinu, those of you that you are being persecuted, those of you that you are being subjugated, those of you that they are celebrating inhumanity over you, la tahinu, don't be weakened. Quran chapter 2 verse 139. Quran chapter 3 Surah Ali Imran verse 139. Allah said, wala tahinu, don't be weakened. Continue to be striving. Wala ta'adhanu, and don't be grieved. Don't relate to your struggle. This will lead us to a question that is the Palestine, is it a struggle for we Muslims? Illegal occupation of the Zionists on that particular land that our Muslim brothers and sisters and those that are concerned are clamoring for, that this land should be returned back to the landowners. Is it a Muslim struggle? Can we call it a jihad? And those that are being subjugated are the ones that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is referring to. That wala tahinu, don't be weakened. Continue to build the spirit of what? Iman. The way Nabiyyina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was persecuted in Mecca. He got to Medina. He didn't rest. External forces were coming to Medina to come and invade him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, don't allow them to come and give you a victory where you are domiciled. You have to go out and go and fight them. And that was what led to what? Ghazwatul Badr. They were coming with full force. Allah said, Nabiuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, go out and fight them. And at the end of the day, the victory became that of whom? That of Nabiuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that of those that believe in him. Allah is now using this as a reference in the Holy Quran to tell the Palestinians as well that wala tahinu, don't be weakened with your spirit. When Nabiuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam became victorious after Battle of Badr, the Quraysh said they won't accept the victory of Nabiuna Muhammad and those that believe in him. They clustered forces together. They monster forces together. That yes, we have to go and fight him back. And that was what led to what? The Battle of Uhud. Brothers, as we have discussed, Battle of Uhud, was it a victory to the Quraysh? And was it a loss to the Muslims? Because Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was injured. And that was the ferocious battle that he fought, that he lost his uncle, Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib, and he lost one of his greatest disciples, the first emigrant. Among the fourth set of emigrants that migrated to Medina was Mus'ab ibn Umair. It was in this same battle that Mus'ab ibn Umair was killed. And it was in this same battle that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was injured. I told us last week, he was injured 3 times with 3 different objects. By the end of the day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala still increased the faith of the Muslims. Nabi Muhammad, they thought that he had died. He didn't die. So both parties were affected, but in totality we can't say that the Muslims during Battle of Uhud they lose. In totality we won't say that. The way the Quraysh lose during the Battle of Badr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala still allowed the Muslims to still have a very stronger faith, despite the fact they were tormented, despite the fact that they were humiliated. Allah is now using all this as reference that, oh, you the Palestinians, wala tahinu, don't be weakened, wala ta'azanu, and don't be grieved because you are losing your loved ones. A whole family has been totally wiped out because of this genocide that is happening where? In Palestine. Some families are not totally wiped out, but it has been decimated. That the father is nowhere to be found and is still alive. The children are nowhere to be found and some of them are still alive. This agony has brought disunity within some family. Allah now said, wala ta'azanu, don't be grieved. You should not be grieved because wa antum a'law. Because you are going to be the superior, you are going to become victorious. The way Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam became victorious. There wasn't any battle that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went to or went for that will never become victorious. That's why I'm trying to buttress on that of Uhud. Because some Muslims believe that Nabi Muhammad and the Muslims they lost during Battle of Uhud. It wasn't a total loss. And that's what will Khandak. The wind did not even allow them to fight. And it became a victory for whom? For the Muslims. Not talk of the other Maharakat. Allah is not telling to continue to re-establish the faith of the Palestinians that وَأَنْتُمْ أَعْلَوْا, you are going to be the victorious and you are going to become the superior. At the end of the day, in kuntum, Allah now said on one condition, This can only take effect on one condition: in kuntum mu'minin. If you continue to be steadfast, if you continue to be in a state of belief that you are all Lord, you are believers, that is when you can become victorious. We are using this as well to admonish ourselves and to send a message to our Palestinian brothers that are in their trying period for almost 4 months now, since October 7, 2023. They've been experiencing what me and you cannot experience, or what me and you are not experiencing and that we have never experienced. A majority of them are still holding firm to their iman. And as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala we want it. The protests and the rallies in some European countries that had never happened in the history of those countries has been happening now in support of what? Palestine. Last week, a crowd of more than 1 million gathered in the city of Washington, D.C. Not Muslims alone, including the Jews, including the Kafir, including those that are not even, they don't even have any religion, because they see this as what? As genocide. And it is in this same America that they are getting support, that the Israelis are getting support. Brothers, if you are talking about the Jews, because you have talked extensively about Banu Israel, it's not all the Jews that are in conformity with what the Zionists are doing. We have some Orthodox Jews, we have some rabbis that they are not in support, and they are in support of the Muslims. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing us all this, that in kuntum mu'minin, if you continue to be in a state of belief, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to support you. Allah did not stop there. Allah is now telling us and telling those that have been persecuted that in yamsasukum qarhun, if anything happened to you, that a particular group of people are humiliating you, faqad maza qawmun qarhum misluhu, some had already been persecuted before you. So what we are experiencing in Palestine now had already happened in the past. So it's not a new thing, and it's not something that is going to stop now. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَتِكَ الْأَيَّامُ نُدَوِّلُهَا بَيْنَ النَّاسِ. We, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is how we used to change, or we used to alternate the days among the people. As we are saying, category set, a particular set of people, they've experienced this yesterday, and some are experiencing it today. Some will also experience it tomorrow. وَتِلْكَ الْأَيَّامُ نُدَوِّلُهَا بَيْنَ النَّاسِ. This is how we, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will alternate the event of each day in between the mankind. وَلِيَعْلَمَ اللَّهُ. This, Allah is doing it for him to know. الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَيَتَخِذُوا مِنْكُمْ شُهَدَاءَ. For me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to know those that believe and that will continue to be doing the act of righteousness among you. Allah is doing this. Allah is afflicting us with trials just to know those that will be what? That will continue to be steadfast. Those that will continue to be in a state of iman. Allah said we are trying you with all these trials just to know those that have sincerity of purpose of iman amongst you. So whenever any trial come around us, we should believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to use that trial to what? To evaluate us. Maybe we continue to believe in him, or we'll be running up and down. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, those of you that you have been persecuted, those of you that you have been murdered unlawfully, وَيَتَّخِذُوا مِنْكُمْ شُهَدَاءَ. Allah said, I want to hold firm on to those that will become martyrs among you. Because whoever is being killed unjustly, unlawfully, illegally, that particular person has become what? A martyr. Allah said, all this that you are experiencing, I want to know those that are in a state of Iman amongst you, that will die in that state of Iman, I will now hold on to them as what? As martyrs. Wallahu la yuhibbu zalimin. Allah said, all those that are wrongdoers, me Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I won't have any affection for them. I won't have any love for them. I won't like them. I won't want them to relate with me. And I won't associate with them because they are wrongdoers. Brothers, the particular experience that me and you we are experiencing here, it has been cut off from a particular set of people that they are not experiencing it and they might not experience it again in their life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is encouraging every one of us to continue to be what? To be steadfast, so that whatever comes our way, the spirituality that is in us will be able to subdue whatever trial it is, so that it's not going to take us away from the fold of Allah and that of the millah of Nabiyyuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These are some of the experiences that we will be experiencing in life. And what is going to be our reward is that wala tahinu, we should not be weak in spirit. And brothers, whenever we are calling to the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it cannot just be only by verbal cause. Nabiyyuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has two methodologies. He will wake up in the midnight, he do tahajjud and call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on whatever he wants to invoke Allah upon. And he will commit his body during the day as well in whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had ordained him to do. So, mere waking up alone, mere doing askar alone, mere doing some kind of supplication alone does not suffice. Doesn't suffice. We need to commit our body as well. But our brothers that have been persecuted over there, we can't get to them. So whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us in terms of financial support, in terms of verbal communication with facts and tact, as we are discussing now, we need to speak out so that the whole world will know that particular group of people are being dehumanized. They are under unfortunate circumstances, despite the fact that they are on their lands. And the category of people that ought to come to support them, they are not forthcoming. وَمَا نَزِرُ إِلَّا مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ. And there is no help that can come from anywhere except from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not come down. He will definitely send a category of people to go and help each other. Where are all our Arab countries that ought to support these Palestinians that are also Arabs? Where are they? To the extent that it is the country that we least expected, which is South Africa, that is now going to the International Court of Justice, ICJ, in Hague, that what is happening in Palestine is a genocide. The United Nations should call them to order. Where are the Arab countries that are supposed to support their brothers? And when we started this discussion, I quoted an ayah for us in Surah At-Tawbah, that if there is an agreement in between Nabiyyuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Quraysh, that whenever you want to come and attack, we are not going to support you. That any external factors will not support Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to come and attack the Quraysh. Or if the Quraysh are coming, they won't seek for any other external support to come and attack Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Makkah. That is when you cannot seek for any support, indicating that if you have an agreement like that. But our own Arab of today, or the Arabian countries of today, was there any agreement between them and the Israelis for them not to have come around to support the Muslims in the Palestine? And America kept on supporting them. There was a time that after the World War II, the Americans, they sat down. They brought together large number of physicists, large number of engineers, large number of scientists, like almost 125,000. They did a lot of research. Just to do what? To produce an atomic bomb. And just for that project, they spent $12 billion on that project alone to produce atomic bomb. After World War II, they call it Manhattan Project. Manhattan Project. After World War II. And it was that particular weapon, that atomic bomb that they produced, that they used to destroy Nagasaki and Hiroshima till today. That in that particular place, you can't see any fertile land up till today because of the destruction of that mass weapon. This category of people are the one, or this category of this particular country is the same country that is now fueling the crisis of Palestine in giving aid to Israel. We are our own Muslim brothers. We are our own Muslim countries. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had already told us that at the end time, the Arabs, they will become like a field, like a dirty substance that is flowing inside a flood. That the Izzah, the Jabarut, the Makam that they will not drop down. Because of what? Because they have aligned with some people that has the world power. One very particular day, he was traveling. As he was traveling along the road, he came across Shehu Ba'lul. And who was Shehu Ba'lul? Shehu Ba'lul was an intelligent person, but they see him, or they seize him as a what? As a mad person. So inside the desert, where Harun al-Rashid was sitting, he said, where Shehu Ba'lul was sitting, he now sighted Harun al-Rashid coming. Harun al-Rashid was coming with his envoys. So he now approached him. Salaam alaikum ya Majnun. He did taslim to Harun al-Rashid, who was the Amirul Mu'minin. We all know what we call Amirul Mu'minin. He was the Khalifa. Shehu Ba'lul now said, may the peace of Allah be upon you. Oh, you the madman. He's telling the Amirul Mu'minin, like somebody telling the president, good morning, Mr. President, you the mad person. That was how Shehu Ba'lul greeted the Khalifa al-Mu'minin. The Khalifa now said, am I the mad person or you are the mad person? Shehu Ba'lul, who they seize as person that is insane, as a mad person, he now said, you must be the mad person. He was referring to the Amirul Mu'minin, the Khalifa, that you are the mad person. Because if you are not the mad person, how can you be living in a palace that one very day they are going to bring you out? And me, that you people think I'm a mad person, I'm sleeping around where we have graves. So between me and you, who is a mad person? Because you are calling me a mad person, and me, I can think that this is where I'm going to rest at the end of the day. But you, that you are thinking, you are seeing yourself as a sane person, you are living in a place that they are going to bring you out and bring you here. Sheikh Balulu told Harun al-Rashid like this. They were having a lot of front and back discussion. He now got to a point. Sheikh Balulu now said, let me tell you something. To know that I'm more intelligent than you, he now sang this song, which I want every one of us to learn from. To see the people, the epitome people, the highest caliber of people in this world, to see what's going to happen to them at the end of the day, from what Sheikh Balul told Harun al-Rashid. Because all what we are seeing now is not new, and it's not going to stop at this era. It will continue. This inhumanity that we are talking about, Nelson Mandela from South Africa, the freedom fighter, when he was imprisoned for 27 years, he was placed inside a cell, that the cell has a window just like a toilet window, and it was just like a dummy window. No illumination like this, no enough ventilation, and he was there for 27 years. The America, the Britain, the Canada, the Australia, the Canada, they were calling him a terrorist. But when he came out after 27 years, they are now recognizing him as a freedom fighter. This Nelson Mandela visited this particular Palestine, and he said in an interview he granted in 1983, he said what he experienced in Palestine was not as severe, the severity of what they are experiencing in Palestine as at then was not severe like what they are experiencing in South Africa as an apartheid. And what do we mean by apartheid? That led the South Africans, the white South Africans, to imprison him was because he said, I will never see you as superior on me because I have a black skin and you have a what? A white skin. And that is so, that was what? That is racism. He fought racism. Nelson Mandela. He said what we experienced in South Africa was not as severe to what they are experiencing, the Palestinians, on their land. Desmond Tutu, he was also a South African, but among the highest ranking bishop, Catholic bishop in the world, he was among them. Bishop Desmond Tutu said that I also visited Palestine. He also granted an interview by a famous journalist called David Frost, an American. When he asked him about the situation of the Palestinians, he now told him that I have never seen an open-air prison. An open-air prison. You are in a prison, but we are in an open-air, not the one that you are placed under a cell and you are being locked up with a burglar bars. Said he has never seen an open-air prison in his life like the open-air prison that the Palestinians are being subjected to. Nelson Mandela wasn't a Muslim. Desmond Tutu wasn't a Muslim. One of the grandson of Nelson Mandela also visited in a long time. Also visited this same particular Palestine. He said, what we black South Africans experience in South Africa is less in severity. What the Palestinians are experiencing is more than what they experience. One time, President of America called Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter also wrote a book after he visited that Palestine with what he experienced, that what these people are experiencing on their land is supposed to be a peace, not appetite. That was the title of his book. Peace, not appetite. That was Jimmy Carter, the one-time president of what? Of America. If all these global icons are seeing all this, we that we are existing now and that we are more affiliated to these people, what is our contribution? What is the aid? What is the support that we are giving them? Especially the Arabian countries, the Muslim countries, and the Muslim brothers. A lot of Jews, a lot of Christians, a lot of free thinkers, a lot of mushrikun had embraced Islam just because of what is happening in Palestine, either in West Bank or in Gaza. But because some of our people, they are looking at the throne that they are sitting upon, and they are looking at the allies that they had business transactions with. Some of them, it is the security consciousness that they were getting weapons, they were getting machineries from this particular set of people. Because in this world of today that we are, there is nothing in terms of technological advancement that you can say Israelis are not there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them that power. As he had already said, wa inni fadatukum alal alamin. Allah gave them that power, and they will continue to be using the power at Yawm al-Qiyamah. So some of these our Arab countries, or some of the Arabian countries, they have an alliance with them that they must not breach. So they allow their Muslim brothers, their Muslim sisters, their Muslim community to be suffering because of their own social interaction with Israel. What are we going to start to say in sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Reason why I want to read on to us what Sheikh Balulu told Harun al-Rashid. I hope you are following me. He now said, Ateta al-Kubura fanada ituwa wa aina al-mu'azzamu wal-mu'takar wa aina al-mudillu bisiltanihi wa aina al-muzakka idha maftakhar tafana jami'an famata al-muhbiru wa matu jami'an wa mata al-khabar taruhu wa tajidu banata shara fatamuhu ma'asina tilka suwar faya sa'ili yaduna sumado amalaka fi ma tara muhtabar. These are the 5 legs of songs that Sheikh Balul read unto whom? Harun al-Rashid, the Khalifa al-Mu'minin. The way me too, I want to read unto us and to get to whoever cares to listen. That our people, our Muslim leaders, wherever they are, that turn their deaf ear because their silence is very deafening. And just because some are calling them that you people should wake up from your slumber, the next thing is to arrest them. They silence a lot of people that want to talk. We too, we are not saying our own. We are committing ourselves into the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ma la yakunu fala yakunu bi illatin abadan ma huwa ka'inu sayakun. Whatever will not happen except what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to happen, that will happen. So nothing is going to happen to us, inshallah. We are calling them the way Sheikh Balul spoke to whom? Harun al-Rashid. He said, Ateta kubura fanada itwa. I got to a cemetery where the graves are being lined up. Fanada itwa. And now look at the graves. And now started calling the people that are in the grave. That all you, the inmate of this particular grave, Father Idotukum, I'm calling all of you. We're calling them and say, Fa'id al-Muhazzam wal-Muhtabar wal-Muhtakar. Fa'id al-Muhazzam. Among you people that you are residing inside this grave, Fa'id al-Muhazzam, where is the president among you? Where is the king among you? Where is the chairman among you? فَأَيْنَ الْمُعَذَّبُ وَالْمُغْتَقَبُ? The elite among you, the powerful people among you, those that will speak, that the head will shake as if there is a tremor. فَأَيْنَ هُمْ أي فَأَيْنَ هُوَ? Where are they? وَالْمُغْتَقَبُ? And those that nobody recognizes them in the society, they are children of nobody. فَأَيْنَ هُمْ? Where are they? I hope you are following me. That those that we know that when they are coming, everybody will be clearing road. Leave the road. Alaji is coming. Leave the road. The president is coming. Leave the road. Don't you see the king? Are you deaf? Are you dumb? Don't you hear the siren is flowing? His sound is coming. Who to clear on the road? Those that used to send their dispatch, the advanced team will be ahead of them. Where are they? And those that nobody knows that they are existing and they are in this world and they are living, that destiny did not allow anybody to know that they are existing, and they are existing, they are in the same life. Shehu Balulu asked Haruna Rashid that where are they? Point to them here. I'll call them, let them come up. Let them come up. Because I have asked, who amongst you? Because one tagadan aubada who fijiwari here. Either today or tomorrow, we two are going there to go and line up beside them. Nobody will know that this is the grave of this person. This is the grave of this person at the end of the day. There are some cemeteries now that the whole land has been occupied. They have buried a particular set. They have buried another particular set. Like 3, 4, 5 sets has been buried upon each other in some cemetery yards. Or a cemetery yard that we dedicated 50 years ago. Will it still be the way it used to be? Do you know the number of Muslim brothers and sisters and children and fathers that we bury on daily basis? If you don't know, it is you that you don't know. So there are some cemeteries that, as I'm talking now, it is the first set of people that they are buried on that same particular land. That the land is no more in existence. Everywhere we build our buildings, but we refuse and we forget to be building our what? Our graves. Shehu Balu now continue. He now said, "Wa'ayna al-mudillu bi sultanihi." Where are the kings that if they command now that go and amputate, go and cut off the head of that particular person before the twinkle of an eye, the command will come to pass? Where are they? In those days, there are some kings, if they see a very beautiful woman, they wouldn't care who owns the woman. They wouldn't care who is her husband. They say, I want to marry that woman. And he must marry her forcefully. Even if the husband proves stubborn, they can send the husband to heaven just for the king to marry the wife of that particular person. Where are those kings now? Where are they? Haruna Rashid was telling Shehu Balulu that where are they? Why not Muzakka? Is that Muftakhar? Where are those that are very intelligent? Is that Muftakhar when they used to be very proud that yes, I'm the most knowledgeable person? Bal'an ibn Bawra, he was an alim, he was a scholar, a reputable scholar, an erudite scholar during the time of Nabi Musa alayhi salamullah. He had thousands of students. He was a reputable scholar that he had Ismullah al-Azam. He had the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that إِذَا دَعَاهُ اسْتَجَبْتَهُ لَهُ. When he used that name to call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will answer immediately. We all know Ismullah al-Azam. If we answer, Allah will answer him immediately. At the end of the day, he later turned to a dog. Till today, nobody knows the end of whom? Bal'anu ibn Bawra. With his knowledge and everything. Because they asked him to hypnotize Nabiyuna Musa alayhi salamullah. So all those malams, all those afars, all those scholars that used to use salbu, that I will kill you, I have what I can kill you, that is the way they are also going to end. Because that was what they contracted Ibn Bawra. That was what they contracted him to do for Nabiuna Musa alayhi salamullah. But Allah later destroyed him. So, those that are very intelligent, those that are very knowledgeable, that used to be proud, Sheikh Balulu, he was asking, or he asked Haruna Rashida, where are they? So whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us, we need to be what? To be humble. He now said, Tafana Jamian, Fama Mubiru. Tafana Jamian, all of them, they ended up, nobody sees their traces any longer. Fama Mukhbiru, Mukhbir, Akhabar, nobody knows their history any longer. Every one of us, if you flash back to maybe our great-grandfathers, our great-grandfather, we might not know even how they existed. Not talk of our grandfather, great-grandfather. Fama Mukhbiru, nobody knows about them any longer. Tafana Jami'an, their history disappear on the earth. Wamatu Jami'an, Wamat al-Ahbar, Wamat al-Khabar. Wamatu Jami'an, with their mightiness, with their sovereignty, with their autocratic power, with their oligarchy, with their capitalism system, all of them, they died. Wamat al-Khabar, and their history was also wiped away from the earth's surface. Every one of us, let's flash back to our society. We might just be hearing some people's name, their legacy has been erased. Sheikh Balul told Haruna Rashid all this. He now mentioned to him again, the fourth leg, that Taruhu watajidu banatu sara. This life that is deceiving you, it will be flowing like a wind. That if you are enjoying life today, tomorrow the adversity of life might turn itself to you. Fatabu ma'asina tilka suwar. That you are enjoying life today, and those in authority that are supposed to support our Palestinian brothers, that refuse to support them because of the alliance they have with the Europeans. Sheikh Balulu said they should continue. Taruhu watagidu banatu sara. Whatever they are enjoying today will be a similitude of a wind that comes and sweep up the powdery substance that you refuse to cover. Maybe you didn't cover it with a polythene, and the storm of wind now comes. It's going to blow it up. He said they should continue to be living in their palatial buildings. They should be riding any kind of fleet of cars. They should be flying any kind of jet. What they are going to see at the end of the day is what? Wind has taken away, has blown up all what we have. Fatabu ma'asina tilka suwa. And that is the image that life is going to portray them with. Fayasa Idi. Sheikh Balulu now said, Fayasa Idi, oh you that cared, that you're asking me, and Unasi Madao, that you're asking me about the people of yesterday. You're asking me about Karuna. You're asking me about Pharaoh. You're asking me about Amana. You're asking me about Musa. You're asking me about the people that succeed in this life. You are asking me about the unfortunate people about this life, right? Amalaka fima tara muhtaba. All these that happen to them, is it not enough for you to reawaken you from your state of slumberness? This is what Sheikh Balul, the song he read unto whom? Haruna Rashid. It's an intelligent statement. Telling him that you have to be careful. It's what we do. We are telling those that are supposed to support the Palestinians that Amalaka fima tara muhtabar. Don't you see, or can't you cogitate on what had happened to the people of yesterday? That same thing is going to happen to you too. They are enjoying life. They have the power now. In Riyadh now, in a couple of weeks to come now, they start drinking alcohol in Riyadh. I just showed one of my brother now. It has been in media since yesterday. In a couple of weeks, maybe before Ramadan, they start selling alcohol in Riyadh, which is the state capital of where? Saudi Arabia. The musical concert has already started. Concert rather had already started. The dog racing has started in Jeddah. If care is not taken, gradually, won't it get to Makkah and Medina? But Allah will not give them that power. Before that time, Allah will take them away out of the road. Because that is where we have our two holiest sites in the world. We are using this opportunity. And what Sheikh Balul had told Harun al-Rashid, to tell whoever cares about the issue of Palestine, every one of us should wake up with facts, not figment of imaginations, with facts, and speak to dispel some rumors of media propaganda. Because the way they are portraying we the Muslims as terrorists, that is what they see. The Gazan people, that is the way some people are looking at them, that they are terrorists. So we need to speak. We need to talk. We need to react wherever we are. We should not be among the Zolimun that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had mentioned, as I have read unto us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive every one of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this as an act of ibadah. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim.